financial coach, and today is Friday. And so today is Financial Freedom Friday. And last week I told y'all we were celebrating mothers who are boss moms. They're full-time moms, full-time entrepreneurs, and I got the queen boss on the line with me today, my friend Cassandra. Hey, Cassandra.
Hey, Crystal.
I'm so excited to have you. And so one of the things that I talked about last week, and I'll talk about it all the time, is that a lot of times when I sit down with people and we're doing budgeting, debt reduction, savings, all of that. And what happens is that a lot of people are doing a side hustle right now. Okay, so we've heard of the great resignation. People are leaving and starting businesses, or they're just doing a side hustle just to make ends meet. And so I wanted to put some women in front of them. It's the month of May. Mother's Day was this month. I want to put some women in front of them that has turned their side hustles into their full-time career, and they're entrepreneurs, and they're out here killing it. You are one of those women. I'm so excited to interview
you.
So
thank you.
So, Cassandra, tell us a little bit more about your businesses. What do you do, and what services do you provide?
Okay, so first, I'm Cassandra Norris. I have two businesses that I have multiple businesses. So I call myself a serial entrepreneur at this point. My main two businesses would be Serenity Sweat and Sculpting Studio. We are located in Clarksville, Tennessee. We are a full body. We do everything body sculpting. So laser lipo, cavitation, skin tightening. We have sweat and sauna pods. So we do sweat therapy as well. But we are the only spa of this magnitude in Clarksville. So something reasonable, a total disconnect from the day for mothers. So that's one of my businesses. And the second one is the Frugality Co. The Frugality Co. has several DBAs that kind of venture off of it, but the main thing being the business credit, or TRAP Mom, hence the shirt that I have on. So we help people with business credit, small business owners, new business owners, existing business owners, get the financial freedom that they need to not use their personal credit.
I love that. I love both of those, girl. So I need to be traveling to Clarksville.
Come on.
Both of your services. And so what is you would say, if I ask you, like, what is your why? What make you, because ever since I've known you at least, it's almost been at least 15 years or longer. You've been an entrepreneur, right? You've been doing something, you've been hustling. And so what makes you, what gives you that drive? And what is your why?
I would say my why would be my 3 children. So I'm a single mom. I've raised 3 children, 2 boys and a girl, 23, 19, and 17. So my why has always been my children from the time I gave birth to the first child. It was almost to the point that grew me up. That made me an adult. That gave me the responsibility from that point on. I was no longer a child. I was an adult. So I had to do what I had to do to make ends meet. I had to hustle, work several jobs, I've done just about serving, to work today, get paid today, just anything. And I've always had a side hustle because normally my job wouldn't cover the things that we needed financially. So I had to do something to take care of me and my 3 kids. So my kids are my why. They're the reason I get up every day and get going. They're the reason why I hustle. They're the reason why, again, trap mom. I'm a mom and I trap. I used to trap all kind of ways I had to, but now I trap the legit way, so that's why that is my why, and it will always be my why, no matter how old they get.
I love that. And tell us what the TRAP Mom stands for.
Right. I know people like TRAP. So TRAP Mom stands for Teaching, Reaching, and Properly Preparing My Offspring's Mentality. So basically, I just wanted them to understand, like, your mentality makes a difference in this world today. If you think small, you're going to be small. So always think big and always reach for your goals, as big as they are.
Yeah, mindset is everything. Everything starts with the mindset. So if we can instill it in early, then they don't have to go undo or unlearn a lot of stuff that we had to do.
That's right.
How do you balance it all? How do you do it? Because you just stopped working, right?
I just stopped working. So I just hit my 60th day as a full-time entrepreneur. Balancing it all, the first way I balance it all is with the help of God. I'm not this super spiritual person, but I have a great relationship with God. So I have to make sure that I'm keeping him first, regardless of what goes on. Sometimes I'm human, so I think, oh Lord, how am I pay this, or how I'm going to make it? But guess what? A lot of prayer, the power of a praying mother as well. Because I will say, my mom has prayed and interceded repeated a lot for me. And I think that has helped me a lot through the way. But being able to just raise my kids to be self-sufficient, my kids help a lot. I don't have to come home and do a lot of things. And it's been like that for a long time because I raised them to be independent. So I think that's the way I'm able to balance it, because if I'm not here to cook dinner, guess what? They're going to cook. If I'm not able to take them somewhere, one of the older siblings will be able to take them. So just being able to have that relationship with my kids and my support system when I need it, really my support system is my kids. So that's how I balance it. I make sure I try to take time just to breathe, and I have that mantra, if I cannot change it, I'm not going to stress over it, because guess what? God's going to make a way, or either it won't get done.
I love that, girl. Just to be that's good. The idea of raising your children in a way where they understand everybody has to be a part of what's going on. And what do you feel like they've gotten out of it? You talked about them being self-sufficient, being pretty independent, supporting each other. But what else do you feel like they've gotten out of just watching you hustle and grind and make it happen?
What they've gotten out of it is that mentality as well. So my kids are the same way as their mom. So they work, but they still have side hustles. My oldest son, he does YouTube, he drives trucks, he puts furniture together. He does a little bit of everything. My middle son, he does whatever he needs to get done, whether it's cutting grass, he does personal training. He can pretty much do a lot as well. And my daughter, she has her own business at 17. So one thing about it is they watch. As parents, sometimes we feel like, it's like beating a dead horse. These kids are not listening. They're not listening. But I will tell you, if you have children and you don't think that they're listening, they are listening, and they're taking everything that you're telling them into account once they get older and they're out on their own, or they're old enough to make the decisions for themselves. So I don't stress a lot about my kids and their well-beings and what they're doing, because guess what? They like, what I told them, I know is instilled in them and is sticking with them. So just pushing them to, just to continue with their goals. I had to be open-minded and tell them, you need to go to college. Well, guess what? College is not for everyone. So I had to have those conversations with my kids and say, look, whatever decision you decide to make sure it's a good one. Make sure you have something behind your belt. Make sure if it's a technical or a 2-year degree or something that you're able to fall back on to make a living, because guess what? It's hard out here. But they're listening always.
Look, they hustling. Every time you post on Facebook, I said, look at them. They hustling just like their mama.
They are definitely hustlers. And you know what, Crystal, this year for Christmas, what I did was I gifted them LLCs. So each one of them have their own LLCs. So instead of giving them money, instead of giving them games and phones and computers and stuff that they already got or don't even really need, guess what? They got LLCs. So we're building off each one of their LLCs at this moment. So by the end of the year, they'll all be up and running and successful with their own businesses. So yes.
Girl, that gives me chills. I love that so much.
Yes.
What do you feel like, what advice, and I feel like you've already given advice, but what advice would you give really to anyone that's starting from the ground? Because you talked about that you help people build their business, build their credit so they don't have to use their personal credit. And so what steps would you tell people just off top if they want to get started, or if they just got a side hustle, they haven't really made it official yet? So what steps would you tell them to take?
First step I would tell them to take is to make sure it's something that they really enjoy doing. Make sure whatever your side hustle is or whatever business you're getting into is something that you really enjoy doing, and something that you don't mind getting up every single day and going to do in order to make a living for you and your family. Don't just pick something because, I can make a lot of money in that field. Pick something that you're going to enjoy getting up and do every day. So I always say, make sure your passion matches what you want to do. So if you're passionate about it, you're going to always succeed, and you won't mind getting up and going to work. So some days when you go and you don't have any clients, you're not stressing, because guess what? This is what you enjoy doing. I will say to plan accordingly. Don't jump out there, use your, whole paycheck and say, okay, every paycheck I'm contribute to my new business, and then your bills don't get paid. Then you put out on the streets and you think you have a business, but you don't, because everything is out on the street. So make sure you're properly planning for your business. My advice is to, if you want to start a business, buy a little. If you're working, because I worked for 5 years in order to purchase the things I needed for my current business. So that way I don't have overhead to say, I have to pay a lease on this or a lease on that, because that's the reason why so many businesses fail, because they have too many bills and not enough money coming in when you're first starting out. So if you can eliminate some of those bills from the get-go, you're going in like ahead. So I always say, plan out your business. Make sure you're budgeting. Get with Crystal. So you're budgeting your personal finances and not just out here splurging. And also make sure that what you're doing is for you. Don't do things for the media. Don't do things for other people. Oh, just so they can say, oh, you have this or you have that. Do something that's going to be beneficial for you and for your children and for your life and your lifestyle and your future. So just plan, and be patient and invest in yourself.
Yes, investment in education. I know that you offer, that's one of the things that we're learning. I was listening to somebody today, they was talking about how they on paper they had made $250,000, right? But once you really, if you really sit down, budget your money, do your P&L statements, and he said when it came down to it, he only made $30,000. And you was talking about splurging is understanding what you're bringing in and the expenses that are related to all this, really truly building a business. So I love that. And investing in yourself is so key. That personal development and getting the education that you need, because a lot of people say, mentorship gives you speed, right? So all the mistakes you made, all the mistakes a mentor has made, you can actually skip all of that. And so tell us a little bit, Cassandra, about how people can find out, because I know you do like a course. I don't know if you have a course or membership, but how do people find out more about what you do, and how do they find out? How do they enroll or whatever?
If you have any questions, people can always reach me on Facebook, of course, but I do have a website. The website is www.trappmom.com. That's trap with 2 P's. So that's www.TRAPPMOM.com. There's also a comment box there that you can put your information. You can just put any comments or any questions that you may have, and I'll reach back out to you that way. I'm always giving tips and always helping other people. And I'll also have a bomb business credit workbook that will be dropping in the summer. So that will be available for people as well to be able to help them with their business credit journey. And the goal is, again, the end game is to maximize, leverage your business. If you have a legitimate business, leverage your business instead of your personal. That's I can't preach that enough. So that's what I'm here for. And you guys can have questions to enroll. I have business credit courses. I have courses just to get you started. If you don't know where to start, I got you.
I love that. Foundation is key. It's the bottom line. Foundation is key for those children and for your businesses.
Right.
Building a solid foundation. And so
I agree.
I am so grateful for you. I'm so happy that we got a chance to do this. We literally haven't seen each other in forever, in person.
In forever. I'm gonna have to make a trip. Look, I need to make a trip. I love traveling, so I need to come and see you.
Come on, girl. We love each other and we support each other when we can.
Yes.
That's key right there. So thank you so much. And y'all got her information. It's TRAPP Mom, TRAPPMOM.com. If you want to get any of her credit tips, I already know, like, she's posting all the time, like all this credit that she's getting, showing her credit scores, her business credit score. So that's very important. A lot of times we don't have to use our personal credit. You can get to a point where you don't even ever have to use your personal credit again.
Right.
So y'all get this information. And then also, if y'all need us, y'all know where to find us, budgetmeblack.com. So thank you so much again, Cassandra.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Keep it up. You are doing an amazing job. I love y'all.
Thank you. All right. So y'all have a good night.